What's up, guys? This is Jess with MetaSubconjess, where we go beyond the subconscious mind in the physical world so you can perceive a life you love and truly experience your desires. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't look at my hair. I am winging it. It has been rainy and I have just been going with the flow, okay? So, before we get started, I want to show you my engagement ring. It's so pretty. I love it so much. I'm so happy, you guys. Anyway, so this video is going to be about how you don't have to focus on the details because you are I am. What is I am? I am is the personal name that has been pretty much deemed as God, the universe, source, the divine. You know, I like to use the term unicorn. It's whatever name that you want to call it. It is your formless being, meaning that you are everything. You are all that there is. I am is when you are wanting to experience something. It's understanding that because you are I am, that is your truth, that your true nature is that you have everything because you are everything. So you are fulfilled with everything. You are satisfied with everything. You are happy with everything. You are abundant. You are perfection. You are in perfect health. You are everything. And anything that you attach to I am, you are claiming or choosing or deciding to experience a part of yourself. It can be negative or positive, whatever you attach. You know, so if you're consistently stating that I am broke, or I never have enough, or I'm not loved, I'm not chosen, I'm not enough, that is what you're going to experience. But when you are saying those things, you are really stating that you don't know the truth of who you are. Because if you know the truth of who you are, you know that you are all the good. All the good is that you already have all of your preferred experiences. And this is a really key point of why you don't have to focus on the details. And we're going to deep dive more into that. So when you are coming from the perspective and when you are operating as God of your reality, as source, as whatever name that you want to call it, you are coming from the perspective that you are complete. And in my experience, I have found that when I focus on my power and coming from the perspective of already having any and everything that I want, I feel more empowered rather than focusing on all the specific details of what I'm trying to manifest, essentially. So for example, let's say that you're trying to manifest your SP, and this is something that I actually used to do. You know, I would focus on so many details of how he would treat me and how he would show up for me and what he did and how he would talk and how he would say this and how he would say that. And that was more of when I was, you know, in the law of assumption realm of manifestation. But when I became aware and realized that I am is my awareness, meaning that it is inclusive of everything. And because I am everything, I don't have to put all this effort into focusing on the details. I am God of my reality. I know what I want. Even if I don't logically know what I want, I know what I want. So the more and more that I just identified with my power, with being all that there is, so telling myself that I am completely fulfilled in this relationship. I am completely fulfilled within myself. I feel complete. I feel loved. I feel chosen. I feel so powerful and amazing in this relationship. I feel so, you know, wanted and desired. Very like kind of general. I found that the specifics that I wanted were revealed to me anyway. Now, when I was specifically like affirming before, I would have those experiences, but it seemed like a whole lot of effort. And then also, it seemed like it wasn't consistent because I was truly affirming for the specific thing. And I wasn't really connecting from a place of me being source and understanding that the reason why I'm having these experiences is because I am fulfillment itself. I also noticed that focusing on the details, I was unintentionally attaching myself to my physical world or the 3D more than I needed to be. So like I would be, focusing on specific details, and then I would have an interaction where those specific details didn't happen, and I would go into, this isn't working, or I don't understand why, he's not showing up this way, because I've been affirming and I've been focusing and all of these things, right? And then I kind of go into being a problem solver, and I went into, okay, well, I guess I have beliefs about this. And I want to talk about that too. On this channel, I share how we go beyond trying to reprogram a subconscious mind. We go beyond trying to change beliefs, because those beliefs are encased in that identity. So when you are no longer identifying with a specific identity, and that identity is really you operating from your limited human self, that identity is limited. It only knows what you have been identifying with and attaching yourself to as that identity or character or version or whatever. So when you operate from the perspective of being God, source, the universe, the divine, the unicorn, all that there is, you're no longer attached to specific beliefs, specific things, because you understand that all of this is you, and that is why you can just choose and decide what you want to experience from the place of being source. Now, when I say choose and decide what you want to experience, that can enclose a specific detail, but that's not going to primarily be what you're always focusing on. Your focus should be on your power, on your self-concept, and your self-concept is of I am, of being fulfilled, of being complete, of being powerful, of being wanted and chosen, and understanding that you're the one that is the operant power. You are the one that is deciding and choosing moment to moment. So I've said this kind of in my previous videos, how, when we focus on specific details, a lot of times it causes us to fall to our senses, meaning that when we have an interaction or we have a thought or a feeling or a circumstance that is the opposite or unfavorable, or it seems like there's no movement, then we sit here and say it's not working, and then we start feeling like we're not powerful, and then we start fearing and doubting and getting sucked into the illusion, getting sucked into believing and thinking that we are just this identity, that we are just this limited human being, and now we are operating from that limitation. Our perspective is really, really, really small, because that's where we're operating from. So the more and more you operate as I am, as God, as source, knowing that you have it all right now, that you just cannot see it based on where your perspective has been. When you put your focus and your attention within and not what's going on in your physical world, then that's how you start to have that knowing. Because knowing comes from understanding that you are God of your reality, that all of this is a reflection of your awareness of being. So when you primarily and dominantly operate from the awareness of being God, you're going to see why you don't have to focus on the details. You're going to see why it's going to be easy not to focus on whatever is happening in your physical world, in your 3D, because no matter what, it doesn't define that you know who you are, that you know that you're God of your reality, that you know that you are powerful, that you know that you are choosing and deciding your experiences. And if you're in a place where either all areas of your life aren't how you want it to be, or there's specific areas, it's going to be the same thing, you guys. Because if you are operating in any part of your reality because you are reality that is from fear or lack, it is going to spill over in other areas of your life because you are all that there is. So this is why sometimes things can go really, really well and then they seem like they're not, or they're just not going well at all. It's because you are all that there is. You are aware of everything because you are pure awareness itself. So it's really, not attaching yourself to these identities. Like, yes, you're identifying with these things and with people and with everything, but it's understanding that still isn't the truth of who you are. Those are just basically how you play in the physical world. And when you look at it from that perspective, it makes it so much easier. It seems like your manifestations come in quicker and more accurate because you're not attached. You are being free, which is your true nature, which is truly who you are, which is I am. You are here to be free. You are here to have your desires. You are here to experience all the good because you are all the good. And it doesn't matter if you had beliefs. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter what has happened. It's not stating that, if you've had traumatic experiences or things like that, that it doesn't matter in that way. But it's understanding that it doesn't matter because now I get to choose something else. Now I get to choose a better life for myself that is exactly what I want it to be. So when you don't focus on the details, it allows you to, again, even more clearly see the truth of who you are, for you to easily be still and understand that if a negative thought, feeling, or circumstance arises, that I can just observe it and let it pass. I don't have to attach myself to it. It doesn't mean anything. I don't have to sit here and affirm 50 million affirmations all day long. I don't even have to affirm 50 million affirmations in one setting. Now, if you choose to do that and that feels good to you, of course you can. But I'm telling you guys, the more and more you become aware, the more and more you're going to see why all of those things and techniques and things like that are not necessary. Now, in my coaching, I do provide affirmations that focus mostly on your power and then some that focus on your specific desire. But again, those are just ideas. I always tell my clients that these are just ideas. You take what you want to take. You don't have to take any of them. But it's just for you to see that your focus should primarily be on your power and not the details, because we get lost in them. And then we focus so much on the details because we're also not trusting our power. We're not trusting that if I don't say this specific word, or if I don't visualize this specific way, or if I don't do this technique consistently, that it's not going to happen. It's like, no, all you have to do is be aware of who you are and keep your awareness there. And the rest will happen because you are God of your reality. You are everywhere. Your energy, your power, everything is everywhere. It's within you. It's outside of you. It's in everyone. It's in everything. It's all you. And the more and more you do that, you will see how much more easy and effortless it is to persist, because now you're that person. You're that person that has these experiences. You're that person. And that person is being God of your reality, is being source. It's all one. It's all connected. You're not operating just from all these different identities with beliefs and having to reprogram and having to fix yourself. There's nothing to fix. You're perfect right now. All you have to do is choose and decide and see. That is the truth. You don't need fixing. So you don't have to focus on all these details thinking that there's something to fix. Everything that you desire exists right now. You just have to keep choosing it and keep your awareness on it as if it's already done, because it is. Now, this isn't stating that you can never focus on details, but you should really only focus on details for fun, when it feels fun to you, when you want to go within and have that more in-depth experience. All of this is for me to say that focusing on the details shouldn't be your primary focus. Your primary focus should be you and your power rather than specific details. I did another video not that long ago about having fun with love in your mind, to really place yourself in that experience of how your SP would show up for you. But it shouldn't be an efforting type of thing where it's like, oh, if I don't think about this specific way or scene or experience, that it's not going to manifest. That's not what I'm stating. So don't get confused. You can, but when it's fun. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so, so much. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.